What up, world? Established Rich coming right back at you. My next story I wanted to get into is back to this Joy Reid situation. Joy Reid was fired.
Tonight will be Joy Reid's final show on MSNBC. Single tear, white woman tears happening right here, Joy. She was officially fired over the weekend because she's a racist, horrible news anchor with no ratings. And that's really been the truth for a long time. MSNBC is under new management, and I guess they decided to come to grips with reality. The truth is, this is very sad news for us, as she's provided so much material over the years. I feel the way I felt when Brian Stelter got fired, but he came back, and you never know. I'm sure Joy Reid will wind up doing something where we will continue to get to respond to her absolutely insane POV.
You know, a lot of people are celebrating, but I wanted to step back and ask a question. Why now? Why was she allowed to push certain narratives? And what does this really say about how the media work? Let's be real. Joy Reid didn't build her career on being fair and balanced. She knew exactly what MSNBC wanted from her, and she delivered. She played her role, and she pushed the narratives that they approved. You know, the things that she was saying, she didn't just come up with this stuff out of thin air. They had to be conversations that she was having in the office with the executives. She was one of the top news anchors there. But then something changed. MSNBC decided to revamp their lineup. I wonder why. Could it be because 70% of the American people approve of what Donald Trump is doing in the White House, even having Elon Musk overlook waste, fraud, and abuse? Could that be the reason? Because every night the position that she was taking was going against what the people wanted to see. So MSNBC, to me, it looks like they're on a mission to change their message, to get a fresh face in. The audience is not going to believe Joy Reid just changing her views. And I honestly don't think she would change her views, because she pretty much is still standing on everything that she said. I think she was brainwashed by the executives. They paid her more and more money to push a narrative, for her to look the other way, even when we could see that things wasn't going right. She made a lot of excuses for Biden. She pretty much ruined her integrity in so many areas as far as I'm concerned. But let's see what she had to say about her firing.
The moment of guilt that I felt, that I went hard on so many issues, whether it was the Black Lives Matter issues of a young baby or a mom or dad that was killed, or when we opened up people's eyes to the fact that Asian Americans were being targeted, and not just Black folks, or went hard for immigrants who've done nothing but come to this country like my parents did and try to make a life and defended them, or whether we've talked about what the president is doing that is subversive to the Constitution, that is injurious to our liberty, defending books that people find inconvenient, that Nicole Hannah-Jones put into our spirit, that we need to understand 1619 as the real founding of this country, whether it's talking about any of these issues, and yes, whether it's talking about Gaza and the fact that we as the American people have a right to object, to little babies being bombed. And where I come down on that is I'm not sorry. I am not sorry that I stood up for those things, because those things are of God. And I'm a church girl too. And those are the things that I was taught were of God. And so I'm not sorry. I'm just proud of my show. I'm proud of my little team, the little team that could. I told them today they were the Avengers. They were this little diverse team who we constructed deliberately to represent every type of person in this country, every religion, every faith, every race, every region, every sensibility, every sexual orientation. We said we were intentional. I was very intentional in building my team, inspired by the great Melissa Harris Perry, my dear sister, Melissa Harris Perry, from whom I inherited television, okay, who gave me, with her grace, the opportunity to host in her sacred hour on the weekends, and let me open the door to a Tiffany Cross, let me open the door to Black people who were not typically on TV, to a Tracy, who started as my producer and then got nominated for an Oscar because she's so brilliant. Let me open the doors to Black people to talk about economics and science and not just Black pain. I am not sorry. And I am so proud of what we did, and so grateful that God gave me nearly 5 years to do it, and in total, nearly 10 years to do television my way, on my terms. And so it's been a very strange Black History Month. I won an NAACP Image Award, as did Ms. Joteka, for this show.
So you heard what Joy Reid had to say. I'm going to wish her the best. I'm not going to laugh.
I just got word that Joy Reid is out at MSNBC, so I'm saying goodbye to one of the biggest hacks, the biggest racists, and the biggest losers to ever disgrace a cable news set. Sayonara, Joy.
My show had value, and that, I'm sorry, that what I was doing had value. And in the end,
that's one of our sisters, just because she has a different opinion than mine. Doesn't mean I'm going to celebrate when she's down. But the fact is that Joy Reid was not fired because of ratings or anything. She wasn't fired for being divisive and controversial. They need a different kind of divisive and controversial now to appeal to the audience. And that's the bottom line. At least that's my opinion. What's yours? Like, comment, subscribe, establish Rich. I'll be back with another one. Peace.